Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Welcome back to the Traveling Saleslady, where you can ask all the important questions with no passport required. So we are back for another conversation. I think Traveling Saleslady, I know we're going to talk about this, but I think is really unique and relevant to anybody, whether you're sales or not. It has to do with storytelling. So
I completely agree, Sia, and I'm so excited for our guest today and our conversation. And to your point, this is a podcast that people are going to be engaged with and learn a few things from. Can I get right to it, Sia? Can I introduce our guest?
please, you know what? Because, he's more interesting than us, BSing about the weather. So let's do it.
I like the way you think. So, people in the local Central Florida area may be familiar with Jason Mages. I've had the opportunity to know Jason, oh my gosh, for so many years. And what Jason brings to the table, he works for a company called Matchup Promotion. So he's a brand guy, he's a product branding guy, but he's more than that in the sense of Jason brings value to the table. So people that work with him, talk with him, it's never about, hey, I can put your logo on a backpack and that's $40. It's so much more. It's, hey, what does this backpack mean? How is it going to help you to grow business? What's the story behind it? So his career path is twofold in the sense he's been with Matchup Promotions for a number of years. But Jason, I am so excited for you to share a little bit about your background, but then your newest adventure, Vital Signs Media. Oh my gosh, when you shared with me what you recently started doing, was I not excited on the other end for you and the rest of the world?
Yes, you just wanted to run and put some sunscreen on and traveling, when you travel, you got to have sunscreen, right? Traveling Saleslady. So
That's true. That's true. So let's jump in, Jason.
yes.
Tell the world about Jason Mages and what you're doing, please. And thank you for taking your time to be with us today.
I'm super excited. I'm not traveling today, but I travel a lot locally in my car, and my car's currently getting a new transmission thousands of dollars later, but that's my mobile office, so I got to invest in that. But anyway, yeah, super excited to be here and to be with you all. And just a little background about myself and how I got into sales, not the sailor type of sales, but the selling type of sales, right? I have a lot of dad jokes, sorry.
Bring him on.
Complete transparency. There will be some corny humor. Anyway, I was teaching for 5 years, so that's where I got a lot of the humor from, and got my MBA. And then I was teaching one of my mentor, who became my mentor and hired me into sales, into the promotional, printing and promotional products world. And I've been doing that for 23 years. I love it. It is very up and down. I've learned a lot. It's been one of those very interesting. I had no idea how to sell. I didn't know anything. I just got some business cards, went out there, and then one of my mentors just really told me it's all about storytelling, it's all about relationships, and it's about serving others, and listening was a very important part. So to jump into the Vital Signs Media and how we got into that, that happened during our our pandemic of COVID. And what happened was everybody was selling hand sanitizer. Well, first of all, nobody knew how to spell PPE, including myself. And they, so marketing stopped, sales stopped. You guys remember that? Like the world stopped. And so nobody was marketing. Everyone was trying to survive. It was survival mode. And one of the things that came up was hand sanitizer. Everybody needed to use hand sanitizer. And all these products came out on hand sanitizer and how to keep everybody safe and kill the virus and all that. I'm like a salmon. I go the opposite way when people are going one way. So I had a client say, what about sunscreen. We need to have sunscreen dispensers, and there's some products out there that weren't very good. So I said, okay, let me think about this. So I took a hand sanitizer dispenser that was a pedal model, and I put sunscreen in it. And I said, well, this might work. So they, I put sunscreen in a hand sanitizer dispenser, and it worked. And I had some clients say, this is brilliant, and it's providing community benefit, and it was protecting people, because skin cancer actually kills more people than the COVID does. And so fast forward real quick, after about a year or two of that, I found a product that was a better mousetrap. And I think in sales, you have to learn how to pivot and to be able to look and see that this is a better product. So I flew to New Orleans on this company called Sunstop, signed with them, basically said, hey, I want to sell your product. And we became the Florida market. I mean, we are the Sunshine State, aren't we? So, so we've now changed the name to Vital Signs Media. That name just happened recently because it can dispense both hand sanitizer, possibly bug spray down the road, insect repellent, and sunscreen is like the main thing. So what I love about this product is that it's a marketing tool. It's a billboard. It has a community benefit, and it allows us to track how many people use it. And it's a win situation for the advertiser and for the person who has the property or the event. So it's a great product. It's basically a billboard where you can market, and then also have some metrics on telling people how many people use it. And there's other aspects that I don't want to bore you right now with it, but it's just super exciting how I got into that. But I still in promotional marketing and printing, and they kind of go alongside each other in the sales and marketing. So.
Yeah. And Jason, just to jump in layman's terms, so this type of, I'm going to call it kiosk billboard thing with Vital Signs Media can be really cool. Like, I'm thinking, you had mentioned to me a while ago that there was a major golf tournament taking place. And so one of the local hospitals wanted to advertise their hospital, but promote good health, good skin health. So it's a benefit, because I could go to that golf tournament, forget my sunscreen, but I look over and I see sunscreen there. Oh, fantastic. I'm going over. For me, the win is I'm protecting myself, but you can actually measure how many people went and saw that particular hospital name for branding purposes. So I get it. I love that. I just love that idea. And you know why I love it? Because I don't know of anybody else who's doing it. And I love like big, unique things. And that to me is a big, unique thing with it's win, 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 win. There's no weak link there.
Absolutely. We've been in local art festivals or local running events. We have a couple permanent sites. Let me tell you a quick story. I'm going to go from maybe a little light humor to maybe a little tearjerker. Okay. So this is like a complete
roller coaster ride.
So what happened was I got a call like 2 months ago, and this woman was at the St. Pete Pier, where we have two of these. They're a splash pad. I don't know if you've been to St. Pete. It's a beautiful area that's been redone, and it's a very popular place. And it has one thing that we have a lot in Florida, and that's sun. And so the city said, hey, we need some sunscreen dispensers. So they partnered with a local hospital. And this lady, she's 40s now. She calls me and she says, I got to know about this. I need to put these in all around the state of Florida. I have connections with the Cancer Society, American Cancer Society, and I need to know more about this. She said, I am a 5-year skin melanoma survivor. I got diagnosed at 35 or 36. I saw these dispensers and I started weeping. because she said, somebody cares about my health. And I started tearing up. I was like, what? And can I hire you right now and make you my spokesperson? So, but that to me connected the dots to say, this is more than just about selling advertising. Many times in sales, it's more than just a transaction. In my sales and in my career, it's been more about the transformation of relationships. Some of my best clients have become my best friends. And that's just a testament to, like, we're in the relationship business. We're not in a product business. I tell people in my job, tchotchkes, swag, whatever you want to call it, junk, it's going to end up in the dump one day. But my job is to make a smile happen before it gets there, right? And so, and then to develop those relationships and to know the business of my clients so I can help them grow. So that's, the sunscreen it's been great. I mean, it's been amazing to see how it's an educational thing too. It is new, and you're right. It's shiny, but I got to tell people about it. And so once people see it, they go, I want one. I need this for my event or for my property or whatever. So we have a summit pools this summer, which is exciting. And so just trying to keep people safe, protect them and then help our businesses market and get the word out about whatever their cause is.
Yeah. Well, can I share a story about you, Jason? That could be a tearjerker, maybe for some. I know it was for me. But Sia, I know you will know a little bit about this story, but maybe not the whole story. But one of the things, so Jason and I, as I say, we've known each other for years. We've been in different networking groups. I've worked with him at varied roles to get different promotional products, but it's really his friendship and insight to the market and his storytelling. So when I started writing Bed Bug in a Mug, when Mom's Away, the children's book, right? So true story. This is what I love about Jason. Oh, there's the other one. But what I love about Jason, and also Jason will send you back to the drawing board to make things better. So we had breakfast one day, right? The book is near completion. It's 99%, and I'm telling him about it. And I'm excited. This thing is done. It's been a long road. And he says to me, you know what? If I were you, I would just consider, you remember this, Jason? Mm-hmm. Naming the book this book belongs to. And why don't you let the children name the bed bug, right? Name the bed bug. So I said, it's genius, right? And it's smart and it's engagement. We had this whole conversation, but I said, Jason, oh my gosh, you're killing me. Now I'm back to ground zero, so to speak, for a tweet. But we did it. We made the changes based on that. But he took it a step further. I was going through a little bit of some personal challenges, health related, not myself, but family members, right? And he knew this, but he knew that I had a vision of, oh, wouldn't it be cool to create some type of plush character? I kid you not, after being away down in clinics and hospitals and so forth, you're holding it, you've got one. This shows up on my steps one day. Did not ask him to do that, did not go beyond this discussion on his own. And I know you know this. I hope you know this, Jason. Forever in my heart, there's a memory that you created on his own. He sent a sample of this and said, I think this is what you're looking for, that brands exactly. And I called him and said, oh my gosh. And he said, sometimes cut that out, Sia. We're going to squirrel. Cut that out. Sometimes, traveling sales lady, you just need the nudge or the push or someone to say, I've got your vision. And he had my vision, to his point, because he's always listening. And so I just adore and admire, Jason, your thought process, your take it a step further. And that bed bug, right, that soon will go on sale, is not about a custom toy. It's about representation and safety and feeling warm and comfortable for kids as it ties to moms or dads who travel for work. So to your point, products are conduits to smiles.
Absolutely.
In a sense. And you bring that on, one of the best in the industry that I've been around. So kudos and thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. So I need one of those, by the way, when I travel. One of those little.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
what would
I
you
need
name
it
yours?
now. Well, okay. Mine's Billy. So, but Billy is like a meaningful name to me, as in it always flows so freely out of my mouth, like, oh, Billy. But anyway, but I would say this. What I love about what you guys are talking about is you've hooked an emotion to something, right? And that is why people give a damn, is you made them think, or I'm not sorry, you made them think. That's always good. Probably should do that more often. But you made them feel something. And I remember talking to my boyfriend about this. I was like thinking of a song. And I was like, man, I just feel like when I hear the song, I go straight to the, a certain decade. And I'm like, man, I kind of miss those times. I just remembered how I thought at that point in time, right? And he's like, yeah, it's called nostalgia. And it's because you've connected an emotion to something. So now anytime you see something associated with it, it takes you right back to where you felt good. And that is isn't that the secret sauce to making sure any merchandising is memorable?
Absolutely.
Hey, Traveling Saleslady, I just had a thought.
Oh, is it time, Sia? Is it time for our Click to Commerce segment?
I think so.
Falling asleep with your neck in the wrong position can be a real pain in the neck. Literally. People of all ages are falling for Tossie. Tossie gives you the comfort you've always dreamed of. Go to TossieBrands.com and get your comfort on.
I try to tell people to market to all senses, and I would add the sixth sense is the heart. I know this is a Hallmark moment, okay, everybody, but you have to market to all the senses, and we're used to tactile. In sales, we're used to running our mouth a lot, and we hear things. We can provide food and smell and all this stuff and have a good experience. But that emotion, that experience that somebody has from that transaction, we know it. I mean, you go into a restaurant and sometimes the food's not that great, but the service was amazing. And you go back and over and over that, if whatever that is, if it's a store that serves, gives you a glass of wine when you walk in, and then you might spend your money or not spend your money, but you had a great experience. And so, and you can just look at other companies and brands that do a great job of that. Chick-fil-A, consistency, their service, car dealerships, they know how to, they know their brand, they know their demographic. And so Southwest is another one that's had a great experience. Yeah. They make you laugh. They take the uncomfortable travel experience and make it fun. So yeah, I think it's that sixth sense of appealing to the heart is where true salespeople really understand is to get to that sixth sense.
Yeah.
If I can interject on that. So I spent 6.5 years working for the Disney Corporation.
They know it well.
And let me tell you, whoever conceived it back in the 50s, right? Like the idea being telling all quote employees, you are cast members, you are part of a show, and driving home that when people are coming to visit the park, they are doing so because they themselves want to immerse themselves into a fantasy world. They want to get away from their reality of life. Don't you be that one person to bring it back to reality. And it so resonated with me and with so many, I think, former other cast members. Let me ask you this, because I'm really intrigued now that you're making me nostalgic for the past and for the funness of it all at Disney. Like I can never point my finger anymore. It's always like this. But let me ask you. So we're talking about, getting that experience, connecting an emotion. So, I mean, let's be honest. We get tchotchkes all the time at, trade shows and whatnot. Like, what else and how else do you approach it then to say, okay, trade show, instead of just handing out like another, what do you call those things? These squeezers
Stress
or,
ball.
Whatever, stress ball or eraser or a thumbnail drive thing that you could put one picture on. Like what else are you seeing trend wise that maybe we should think about?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've seen this trend happen for many years. Quality over quantity. Have a story with whatever you do and an experience. For example, I just had this on my desk. This is one of our most recent. It's a pencil, but it has basil at the bottom or at the tip, and so you can plant it. Sustainability is another trend. But then look at this. So we had our logo on there, matchup. It says, "You're the pesto. Basily, we dig you." So it tells a story. People love it. It's corny. I get it. Our Vital Signs Media cards, we're having a campaign. One of my partners in this, his name is Al, and we created, do you know Breaking Bad?
Yeah,
Okay.
ish.
So there's a spinoff called Better Call Saul.
Oh,
yeah.
Better Call Saul.
So we did Better Call Al, and we did the same kind of thing, and we're going to give out sunglasses at an event, sunscreen, sunglasses, and just trying. One thing about sales, fun. It's if somebody doesn't want to buy from me, that's fine. My ideas are free. Okay, that's hopefully at some time down the road, they'll say, you know what, I like this guy. People buy from who they like, and he's a value. And so hopefully I have high perceived value, like I talk about my products. But things that are functional too. I'm using this one. I'm sorry. I'm in the tactile promotional product. Have to see it, feel it. This is like one of those little things that sits on your desk with your phone. So,
thank you. Please.
It's a stress, and then it cleans, your screen. So,
multi-purpose. I like that.
You're going
to spend a little extra money on this, but it's not going to go in a junk drawer. Somebody's going to use it. So I talk about functionality. I talk about high perceived value. I think Traveling Saleslady mentioned perceived value. I talk about that a lot. So what people perceive and they will value and keep. Umbrellas, one of the most kept things is microfiber cloths because we have screens everywhere and stainless steel. And so, but the main thing is connect the story with a product. And that is of more value. And don't be afraid to stretch out a little bit more and get less, quality over quantity and functionality over just, something that is not going to be used ever again. So that would be my main trend on. And sustainability, the younger generation, my generation, our generation, we killed the environment, right? So, we struck the match and lit it. So the younger generation is really like, how many more pens do I need? Or like I've got a Remarkable, which is one of these things. So that's the e-tablet or whatever. So they want to use things over and over again and not just have a bunch of things that we throw away. So sustainability is a big thing, and I think that goes to the trend of quality.
I love that.
I do too.
Don't you love that, Traveling Saleslady? It's just, how many name badges have we had? You go, those, and my boyfriend calls me a hoarder. I saved all the cloth, the connections in the plastic. I'm like, well, maybe I might use it another time. And he's like, it is clutter at this point. Just give it, just trash it. And I'm like, can we recycle? He's like, that's not the kind of plastic that can get recycled. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
like it's frustrating. I love that you've got that multi-purpose, multi-tool, and it can be branded. That is just hella cool.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, you raised such a good point, Jason, about having fun. And in my opinion, and one of the reasons the Traveling Saleslady was created is from a sales perspective, there's lots of teaching, training, webinars, podcast, metrics, data analysis, KPIs, sell. And that's all important. And I'm not poo-pooing that. That's so important. But if you don't have fun in your day to day, then how can you expect to have fun in your week to week? And if you don't have fun in your week to week, you don't have fun in your month to month, and you don't have fun in your year to year. And what are you really doing? Sales is fun, and it should be fun not only for the sales person, but dear Lord, you've got to make it fun for your buyer because you're taking up their time, they're investing time, you're investing time. But if you both have a laugh during the conversation, that goes so much further than here's a pen. I hope we enjoyed the conversation. I will be back in touch with the quote. And you know what? Let me leave you an extra pen. You got it. You got two here. I'd rather have a laugh out the door and no pen and come back with something that has high perceived value or both. Have both.
I remember when I first started in sales, I knew nothing. Listen, I sold history and economics to a bunch of 17, 18-year-olds that didn't want to be there. I knew I could sell. Like I knew I could do it. And so one of the things I would do is I would go into offices, mostly medical offices, because they're very consistent. It was set up the same way. And I remember I would take things personal, why people didn't want to talk to me. And I realized this is a first date. Like they're just meeting me. Like what is, I have a lot of analogies. One of them is like selling is like dating, nobody's going to marry you on the first date. So the first encounter, at least maybe these days they will. So
try not to get divorced.
No, look, if someone wants to marry you after a first meeting, there's something fundamentally wrong. And it's always in the post sales that you have to deal with it, right, guys? Am I right?
So
that's true.
I remember thinking the one thing that I wanted to do, I thought was success, is have a smile. Like I knew that if I could create a smile, because hey, listen, office environments are stressful, especially medical offices. Everybody's coming into an office and usually they're sick. They don't want to be there. Sometimes they're running late. The medical office, who knows what the clinical staff is going through. It could have been an emergency or understaffed that day. And if I could just connect them with an emotion and something fun. Sometimes it's giving them something. Sometimes it's just laughing at yourself. And I think that's in sales, you have to listen, there's a lot of us out there. So be genuine to who you are. If that's not who you are, then, try something. I try a different style, but it's who I am. So I think having fun is, don't you guys, life's too short. Have fun.
Oh, life's too short. Life is too short. You've got to have laughter. To me, gets you through so many different emotions that it pulls you out of. I always use the saying, I don't know if I've used it on the podcast before, and it sounds a little crazy at first glance or first listen, but it really isn't. I would rather go to my grave naked on the outside and fully clothed on the inside. And what I mean by that is I'll take experiences, relationships, fun, laughter all day long to say I got it all during that time that we're here on earth versus I got the best, purse. I've got the best pair of jeans. I've got the biggest house. I got the car. You're not taking it all with you. So enjoy the laughter, take the relationship and the experience with you and rest peacefully.
Ooh, you don't got to tell me twice on that. I think, I think there is a misassumption. I can't speak English here. Come on, help me out here, kids. Misassumption, misunderstanding, misconception.
Hey,
there you go.
Misconception. Yay! I get a bug. Okay. There's a misconception. I think that to be a salesperson, you just got to sell a product, right? Like, here's a cup, right? Like, sell this cup. And it's like, well, wait a second here. Like, yeah, the idea is to get these mugs sold, but what's the value in it? What is it that I'm going to get out of it, right? And I think we have to kind of come back to as salespeople. I was in tech sales for 25 plus odd years. Let's not remind ourselves of that fact. Let me go back. I did a few years. I did a few sales cycle in the tech sales world. And we were just pressured every 90 days, every quarter end. What are you doing? Month 1, month 2, month 3. So how do you guys all suggest? I'm just asking now this since we're on this thing. How do you suggest for that rat race to get out of that mentality? Because you guys, when we've got quotas to fill, admit it, like, oh shoot, we got to, let me hit my number. And we sometimes lose sight of that experience, of the fact that, look, no one's going to buy from you if they don't see the value in it. So how do you guys approach it? And what do you suggest?
Jason, you want to take that one?
Sure. Farming. You got to be patient. And I know the quotas and stuff, but you got to find something that the agrarian society of planting, tilling the earth, waiting for the crops to grow. And I'm talking about relationships. I'm being a little corny here, but remember, sales is like dating, sales is like farming. You have to be patient. So if you're working for the bottom line, that's all you're ever going to get for somebody else. If you're working for the finish line, and that what do you want? What's your purpose in life? And to me, my purpose in life is not all profit. Obviously, you have to make money and you have to have commission, but I'd rather be, like, for me, I'm commission only. I've been commission only for 23 years. I would never change it again. It was the scariest thing I've ever done. And for those people that are listening, thinking, I can't do commission, it is. Do you remember the Indiana Jones movie? I don't remember which one it was, where he has to walk across the chasm and he sees nothing there, and he makes that step. And it's that first step of faith, and he makes that step, and there's something there. And so it's one step at a time. And even though you might be scared of commission, you might be working for the bottom line right now for somebody else, find something that you can have purpose and have a focus on a finish line, and be patient, because it's not about the commission, it's about the commitments. I know, look at this. Like, I'm alliteration all over the place.
I tell you, you're doing well.
So, yeah, I think that would be my advice to somebody starting off in sales, or somebody that's caught in the rut of sales, is like, really find something where you have an opportunity to be who you are and have fun. If you're traveling all the time and you hate to travel, don't do it. Like, find something that has less travel in sales. If it's something where you not a morning person and you have to get up in the morning, you'll find something that, maybe takes you in later in the night. So, or gets going at noon or something. So find that rhythm and be patient. Goodness gracious. Like, our customers and clients are not dumb. They know that if all you want is the bottom line, bye-bye. So,
yeah, I like that. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I would just add, I agree with you. Relationships are key. It definitely takes time to establish relationships. My only couple of comments would be to add to that is, I do think salespeople, definitely, to be successful, need a roadmap. And so maybe it's not a sales quota, but I think if you have a goals, yeah, to go towards, and you have a roadmap of how you're going to get there, well, maybe that road doesn't actually meet that goal that month like you thought it would, but that's okay, because the roadmap keeps going, and you push it out, and then and maybe the goal came in quicker one day on the road than you thought. But I almost think, as a industry, if we switched quota to thinking more in terms of goals and roadmap to kind of be an analogy with your farming is so important. You got to have a plan.
Yeah, you have to have a
you
plan.
got to have a plan. But plan, road work, farming, we'll get there.
Yeah, you just don't
We'll get there.
throw seed out there and hope that it grows. You have to have a systematic way to do it. One of my weaknesses is I'm not that organized. So I put people around me that are organized. I know. So, but I know my weaknesses, and you do have to have a plan. And I would change the language, the vernacular. Quotas are, to me, that's more for the person who's driving the business. They're trying to get something out of you instead of, like you said, goals. That's a great change of the similar objective.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting. If you sat down with salespeople, right, goals just don't have to strictly be numbers, right? It can be, can I do better this month than I did last month? There's a goal. Can I get more organized? To your point, can I have get my expenses in on time? Right, I'm a little bit more organized. That's a goal. So when you start putting it all together, see, not good with expenses on time. Is this what I'm hearing with the chop here?
Nope. I was ask any of my bosses, or like one of my bosses, like, Sia, I almost have to fire you because you're so bad with your expenses, but you're great everywhere else. Or like, just get the damn things in. I'm like, I get it. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, I think we could talk for a long, long time, Jason, but I just want to thank you so much again for spending time with us. And you just do amazing things. You're a great storyteller. I'm so glad that we're friends, and I consider you a friend. And I love our brainstorming sessions. I really do. I hang up the phone all the time, happier than when I picked that phone call up. So it's pretty cool.
Yes, it's much. Same here. I appreciate you. The Traveling Saleslady is wonderful to know you and to just walk alongside, especially all your new and exciting adventures.
Well, thank you so much. Sia, any parting comment? We don't want to leave you out of the conversation because you're pretty amazing with putting this all together every single time that we do it and keeping us all on track.
Yeah, no, look, I think we could talk all day. Clearly, there's not enough dad jokes in the mix, and clearly there's not enough puns, alliterations. I mean, we'll throw everything at you like sales does, right? You pivot and you have to like move along and find the right pulse accordingly. So I loved getting to know you, and by all means, I mean, I don't want to speak for the Traveling Saleslady, but you are always welcome back in my book.
Well,
I agree.
I will say this, for all the success I might have had, I've had a lot of failures, and those stories were even better because I've learned so many times what not to do. And I think that is one of the keys also, is that finding opportunity in everything that you come across, even if it's a pandemic.
Oof. You know what? You just gave me an idea. The Traveling Saleslady, I think we need to do a what not to do series, but make it comical. But yes, because if you want to know what not to do, I've got like a billion. I probably should write a book. I think all of us could write books about what not to do, right?
Absolutely.
So,
we could do. I'm already thinking. We have different guests on what not to do, and they each become a chapter in the book. And then now we've got something that's very collaborative in nature. We got to toss that idea, brainstorm. Ideas are free.
Ideas are free, but darn it, we're first, darn it. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
All right, guys. Well, I know we can talk, and I want to be respectful for your time. Thank you so very much for joining us. And the Traveling Saleslady, any parting thoughts before I do make us wrap up?
Thank you both. Always fun and much appreciated for sure.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. And that wraps it up for another episode of the Traveling Saleslady, where we go on journeys together with no passport required. Until next month, guys, we'll see you then.
See ya.